Hello everyone, this is Eth the Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So clearly it's been so long since the last upload. To be honest, I don't even remember where we left off. I know we have, of course, the last Ether Raids replays video from like 5 months ago. But the big thing was, along the way, I was still recording a little bit, but I just kind of never uploaded anything else beyond that. And so today, we're going to finish what I started during that time. And that is Legendary Hinoka here. As you can see, we have her at +9. We got kind of unlucky with our summons, so we only ended up with 9. But chances are, given the current banner here, we probably should be able to get the last copy in 484 orbs, and if not, then well, we still have more orbs available. I didn't gather absolutely everything. But this is basically going to be the second to last video for pretty much indefinitely. The last episode will just be taking a look around the account, basically. So, also in the 5 months or so I haven't been recording at all, much, or any commentary for that matter. The recording app I use got an update, so you can actually just record the app itself, and you can more fine-tune the balance between game audio and microphone, so hopefully it's less jank, but not that it really matters. We have a ton of banners, of course, because we haven't played in like five months or something. So we're just going to I honestly don't even know. Let's just go for red, because why not? It's more of a collection dealio. And of course, for the main summoning, we're gonna skip all these animations because otherwise it's gonna take too long. But not honestly, I've still been following, of course, the Fae updates and whatnot, so it's not like I'm completely out of the loop on what's going on with things. So, I mean, I guess we just go green for collection purposes, not that it matters at this point. So, of course, we have Emblem Celica as the latest greatest unit, and of course, we just randomly pull. Is it Nurgle? I don't actually know, but he definitely would be. That's pretty solid, not gonna lie. I was gonna pull him for Nino for the purpose of C bonus doubler for the memes, but of course, we're never really gonna get there. Oh, whoops. So, that's funny. Didn't expect that. I really like, though, how Intelligent Systems decided to make a meme banner for the bottom 8 for A Hero Rises. Or is it bottom 4? Bottom 4, sorry. For the voting gauntlet. I don't know about you, but something is a little odd. Sure, yeah, you know. Intelligent Systems knows we're quitting the game pretty much officially soon, so they're like, yeah, let's chuck in some 5 stars. Yeah. I just also like how they're off focus too, and it's great. But yeah, we'll talk more about Emblem, Celica, and some of the more recent shenanigans since we've last recorded with commentary. Obviously, the main reason why we stopped playing is because it's an infinite waiting simulator. That's what this game is boiled down to, especially if you're free to play, because you just have to gather up large amounts of orbs, and if you're trying to be competitive, of course, you have to summon for the units that are pretty good, you know, with totally balanced effects and whatnot. But the main thing is that you have to invest into units that are actually going to last, not just units that are good now and maybe for a few months, but maybe like a year down the line they're going to be terrible. So of course my classic prime example of one of the best investments to date, of course once again he's falling off because that's how the game works, but Legendary Crom, the almighty meme that picked them up plus 10 them March 2020, and pretty much a little over 4 years later, still reasonably viable. Of course, not top of the meta, can't annihilate everything anymore, but he certainly had his fair share of dank memes. I didn't even see what was on this banner. Guess we just go green. Sure. But yeah, I was never into picking up units like Dual Leon, just because from the prospect that at some point his gimmicks are not going to be viable. Of course, being able to have the option of ending opponents' turns is totally fair and balanced, but of course, having actual kill power and whatnot was certainly something that he started running problems into when, for example, Emblem Ike came out. If Emblem Ike could win the res check, then yeah, definitely screwed, but of course, having all that pre-combat, totally balanced chip damage was definitely great until Breath of Life 4 came around, and, well, the game's always going to be like this, of course. You're just going to have some super strong mechanic. You're going to have some super strong mechanic, and then, of course, later Intelligent Systems is going to release some other mechanic to counter that mechanic, and sometimes they go even a step further and, you know, give a counter to a counter, but I don't actually know. I think I'll just go for Ash, sure. I'm sure that it's his name. And of course, weapon refines have come and gone, and honestly, most of them have been kind of again. The thing about weapon refines at this point is you have to stack so many effects into the weapon that it doesn't even matter, because the meta right now is spamming out I was gonna say special abilities, but special effects from your special. I don't actually remember. Nothing's really particularly great here. So that's what they're doing. They're just cramming all sorts of effects into the specials. So like in the case of Emblem Celica, he definitely has some reasonably strong effects in your special. But even then, like, compared to what's coming, and I probably won't be around to see it, but chances are it's going to be much worse in terms of how many effects are crammed into the skill. I saw the trailer for this banner and I was like, yeah, seems about right. Fundamentally, the main problem is that you have to be able to kill in order to get value out of your actions, multiple actions, but, you know, against generic 2024 units, sure, you can steamroll. It's more about the top of the top in terms of what we have now is tanking capabilities thanks to the relatively new Micaiah, but yeah, just having tons of % base damage reduction, of course, is not completely viable. It hasn't been completely viable for quite a long time just because, well, there's more and more units that are getting access to ways to pierce that damage reduction, so then of course they introduce the flat fixed damage reduction that scales off the stats and on more units and skills, inheritable skills with that. So yeah, we've seen plenty of zeros, at least recently, but anyways, off to the banner here. Our main priority, of course, is red, and if we don't see red, then it's blue, because blue is stacked. If we get legendary Hinoka early, then we'll just go ham on blue and call it a day. Green's kind of yeah, but sure. Colorless is also kind of yeah for us at this point, but let's hope we don't have to think about that. But yeah, we're gonna focus on beelining for legendary Hinoka first, so we're not going to dual summon red and blue. I don't want to absolutely jeopardize my odds of... I said I was going to skip animations because it's going to take a while. But we don't want to jeopardize our odds, even though it's pretty much guaranteed at this many orbs. Yeah. You never know. Things went pretty unfortunate. Things were pretty unfortunate in the first round. It was a lot of mega droughts, and then we got just tons of pity rates to the standard 10+% region, where we always seem to end up on these banners. So that's a thing. Well, we start out with Emblem, first Emblem ever. Never really got into the Emblem craze with the feud shenanigans. Minus speed is giga oof, but yeah. Severance, good days, and then of course the main thing honestly is Clash at this point. To this day, I've never upgraded legendary Nana's skills just because of course she fell off, because it was exactly like I said way back when. Her two primary issues going forward would be she wouldn't have enough attack to actually physically do enough damage to kill, even if she can attack twice or 4 times or whatever. So the fundamental problem is that in this meta, it's not as much on the newer units, but there was that point in the meta where it was all about debuffing the enemy's attack stats. So obviously Legendary Nana, whose damage is completely dependent on attack, yeah, that's not going to end very well. So that's the unfortunate part of things in that respect. Okay, we get another Emblem. We can give Legendary Nana attack speed clash. Alright. And then the other thing, of course, was her speed. I never actually ascended her speed, so she's still just plus attack, because I figured it really wouldn't matter. 4 points of speed long term wasn't going to change much, and of course I was correct. She's at the point, it's at the point where, you know, tanks can even outspeed her levels of memory, so yeah. We get a legendary Veronica. Would have been nice to have an extra copy for when she was bonus in Arena, because I didn't have enough merges to stay in tier 21, but you know, that's all a meme. The amount of resources you have to dedicate as free-to-play from a starting account to being able to stay in tier 21 reasonably consistently is just absurd. Because you have to be able to spam blessings, because you can get the maximum score bots, and as long as your bonus unit is okay, you can get away with without spamming blessings. But yeah, blessing abuse is forever broken, because it's the only way you can get the highest score for your caps, of course. And of course, in Arena with the legendary bonus, the bonus legendary hero mechanic, where you don't even need to fish anymore, you just get the highest score your team can score. It certainly makes life easier. There was one season of Arena towards the end of my playing for a while where I was like, yeah, I think we're going to have some problems here, because I had to basically get max roll -2, which of course, depending on how your team's scores, like the individual unit's score can affect what kind of matchups and scores you run into regularly. So I pretty much had to farm the same person that I would have to keep fishing for. And of course, you actually have to be able to, whatchamacallit, you actually have to be able to win those matchups, and of course I was using an armored bonus unit. Just one of the free-to-play ones, so obviously that wasn't going to end well. It's kind of like, what did you expect kind of a deal. But, yeah, I mean, it was fine. We managed to stay in tier 21, but was it worth it? Totally, yeah. In terms of goals for the game, of course, I still haven't completed all of my goals in the game. I don't think I ever will. Because, of course, one of them is getting a perfect season in Ether Raids, and I haven't played Ether Raids in a few months, and it doesn't take much to know with even just Emblem Celica here that I think I would have a few problems trying to beat defenses with just one team, with the usual one-team meme challenge. Even if I took everything else out, like I can activate traps and whatnot, yeah, I don't think I could do it. Just don't have any consistent teams. Of course, you have a duo Sharina for Gale Force memes and attacking to infinity and beyond. But, of course, we never actually pulled for her because pretty sure that her banner was one we weren't playing, so it is what it is. But yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to not play for a while and see what it's like. Certainly, of course, opens up more time during the day because I'm not spending every day playing Faye a little bit. And even if it's like only, I don't know, half an hour total doing dailies or events and whatnot, or monthly quests, because those are fun. Yeah. It's a lot of, it adds up over time, like across the whole month. If you play half an hour a day, that is at least 15 hours, unless otherwise. We are also getting, of course, memed on, as per usual. We're getting a lot of 5 stars for the orbs we spent, relatively speaking. But of course, no legendary Hinoka. Classic. Just want to start summoning blue only just to see if we can get Celica. I also don't have either of the other 2 units, so you know, it would be a win regardless to get what's her name? Summer Ivy and is it legendary Sheeta or I forgot already? No. It's what was it called? A tuned Sheeta. Right. And of course, just randomly going back to talking about me attack. The biggest downfall, I knew it was going to be a downfall, was that he was too reliant on bonuses. So, of course, in a meta where bonuses are not ideal, yeah, naturally that'd be also an issue. But it's still ridiculously funny when you can stack both buffs and debuffs on Legendary Crom, and he just has uncapped potential for stats. There's no limit to the +2 to all stats for each debuff for buff status he has, which was certainly funny. I was able to do things like get him to actually 1v1 some Emblem Ikes on defense. Of course, very few of them, because if folks had any idea what they were doing, then of course I still couldn't win. But yeah. Goes to show you what Hardy Bearing, how useful Hardy Bearing is in 2024. I'm kind of surprised that Intelligent Systems hasn't slapped Hardy Bearing randomly on some units just for the heck of it, but I guess with things like, I don't know, Potent or whatever, maybe, or what is it called? I don't even know what the effect is called anymore. I'm just gonna call it Potent because I don't remember. It's probably Potent, isn't it? But, yeah. It's certainly a game that I've been playing for way too long. It's been over 7 years before I stopped playing. And for that whole 7 years, I almost pretty much played every single day, with the exception of a few times, like a couple days here and there over the 7 years, where I would, for example, have no access to any internet connection because I was in the middle of nowhere, and of course that means you can't do any dailies or anything. And then other times, I was in the middle. It was pretty much because, yeah, middle of nowhere, no internet connection, feels bad, man. So, but other than that, we've played the game way too much. I remember way back in the day, we would play hours, or I would play hours a day and do all sorts of grinding nonsense, especially way back in the day with rival domains and the hero merit farming. I was so into maxing out hero merit on all my units. Of course, I'm nowhere near that nowadays. I just stopped doing that. But, oh, well, we get Emblem Celica here. Of course, we get Emblem Celica first before Hinoka, but it is what it is. Plus speed minus defense, it's fine. Warp Ragnarok, yeah. Totally balanced skill. The main thing that makes Celica so much stronger is that she can... I forget where it is. Unit can move through foe spaces. I don't actually know, because I haven't watched any videos or anything, if that's actual pass. But if she has unblockable warping, I don't know why I summoned the blue orb, but sure. Well, what was I saying? I'm getting so memed on. So memed on. So she can warp without anyone stopping her, basically, as long as there's an enemy within 6 spaces. Yeah, it's totally fair and balanced, because it's not like the map is, you know, 6 tiles across, or it's 7 high or something in Ether Raid, whatnot. But of course you're standing on one of the tiles, so you can, technically speaking, especially on Ether Raids, you can always be within 6 spaces on turn 1. Unless I counted tiles wrong, but I'm not worried about that. But of course, like every unit in 2024, the problem's always going to be kill power. Does she have enough power to actually kill? And yeah, I don't think long term that's going to be very true. Even now, I don't even know what the latest greatest tank strategies are. Yeah, we're just getting memed on. Plus 10 Emblem and 480 orbs cap. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Pretty unfortunate indeed. I think what I'm going to do is when I have to clear out my barracks, I'm gonna actually stop the video just to make sure hopefully nothing gets corrupted, because I've had a few of those instances in the past. And for footage like this, you kind of can't redo it. That's not how it works. So yeah. But what is it? So yeah, I don't know what to say about this game. If you're playing this casually and you're just doing whatever you want, slowly saving up orbs or whatever, and not trying to absolutely optimize everything, you can have a lot of fun with this game. The problem is if you're like me and just sitting around trying to stockpile thousands of orbs to go summon on some like Emblem banner, legendary mythic heroes banner or something like this, and trying to go plus 10 a unit out of the gate. Then it gets pretty boring because you just go through the game modes, and there's a when you compared to first starting out the game with a fresh new account, there's a certain point where it really is diminishing gains in terms of investment versus return. Like, for example, staying in Tier 21 arena versus... We're gonna get everyone before Legendary Hinoka, aren't we? This is such a meme. Minus res sucks, but I mean, not gonna really complain. Wait. I think I forgot to do that elsewhere, but it's fine. Our summoning session here has already been a giant meme anyways. So many 5 stars, but not the one we're looking for. We're approaching the territory of, what is it, 90th percentile or something to get 1 copy? I don't like that. It's fine. It's not like I hit 90+ percentile multiple times for single copies of Legendary Hinoka prior. And of course the thing about this summoning session is kind of pointless, because even if we plus 10 Legendary Hinoka, it's more for flexing rates over than actually using her at plus 10, because of course we're gonna stop playing the game. I'm not gonna delete my account, but I just won't be playing. I probably won't even uninstall Faye. Just in the off chance, you know, you want to go back and just look at things again. I tend to do that a lot. I like to just keep things around if I don't have to delete things. Why bother? You know? What I probably should do, though, is kind of remember what my Nintendo account password is, because I haven't logged in so long. Probably forgotten. But yeah, overall, you know, other than the fact we haven't gotten Legendary Hinoka yet, this has been a pretty solid summoning session. The icing on top would be getting a tuned Cheetah. I know a lot of people are spamming blue on this banner because, of course, new Emblem hero with a pretty reasonably strong emblem effect thingamajig, just casually given your engaged ally, partner, whatever you want to call them, some dank warping. Of course, there's no pass built in, so you know, it had to be somewhat balanced. They couldn't go absolute ham, and they couldn't go absolute ham and decide, you know, we're gonna put pass and warping on the same skill that you can give to pretty much any unit, totally fair and balanced. At least it's 5 spaces, so for example in Ether Raids, you can't just casually churn one. Well, you technically can actually, now that I think about it, because 5 spaces is the second row from the top, so awkward. Awkward. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm sure it's totally fair and balanced, yeah. Of course, the quote-unquote fair and balanced part of it is that you can't warp to any enemy within 6 spaces, or you can't warp to any space within 2 spaces of, wait, how would I word this in English? Goodness me. You can't warp to any space that's 2 spaces away from any enemy that's 6 spaces away. If you understood that, you can probably get a PhD in reading new face skills, but yeah, it's not that, which is nice. What's not nice, of course, we keep saying it, but where's Legendary Hinoka? We are approaching 90th percentile here, and I'm getting moderately concerned that 484 isn't enough. Of course, I haven't done all the quests. Of course, there's the monthly quests, and then there's, I think, blue something quests going on right now, a few other things. Haven't done resonant battles for the 1 orb from the quest, or haven't done arena for the 1 orb. And of course, the banner's gonna be out for more than today, so it's fine. But I would really like to not get memed on again. Imagine spending 480 orbs and not getting Hinoka. One copy. It's just one copy, man. Perfect. I was about to say, this would be a pretty nice circle to get her. Woohoo! It's done. Yes. If we get any more copies randomly, then that's cool, but do I really want to summon green here? I don't think so. We'll just summon the blues, of course, for the chance we get Cheetah, but probably not going together, but we'll give it a shot. Because of course we haven't been sniping blue, so along with red. Oh. Great, welcome back, yo. I also forgot too that you get 20 orbs when you come back to playing the game after you haven't played for a long time. So that was extra booster for orbs, but plus speed is fine, minus defense. I mean, it's better than minus HP in my opinion, so. So we have officially collected every single one, and we can get a Quan too for that extra 400 SP assist fodder pog. Not that it's gonna matter. Plus attack, nice. Alright, so yeah, we've already met our goal. We're at a nice amount of orbs left. Do we just want to call it here? Do we just want to call it here? Well, in the meantime, while I think about it, we will briefly go through our summons, starting from here. So yeah, we got 1 Embla, 2 Emblas, 3 Emblas, 2 Veronicas, Celica, 4 Emblas. Classic. Once again, we're unlucky for summons, but you know, in terms of, because we spent over, what was that? That was 415 orbs for 1 copy. That's about 90th percentile. Hashtag oof. I think that's 90th. It might be worse than 90th. I don't remember. But yeah, I think for the memes, we'll stop summoning here. Of course, we could possibly get more copies of Celica or something, or of course for attuned heroes here. Did I say Summer Ivy? I don't know what I'm thinking. Attuned Ivy. Same difference. Yeah, we'll just leave it here. So, great time, great summoning session. What was the overall 5-star count here? Like pure focus. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 5-stars, or 9 focus 5 stars, and about 400. What was that? 415. So I want to say that's like 45 orbs of 5-star or something, which is pretty okay, pretty solid. Of course, we hit around 10% a couple of times, so that kind of screwed over our rates, but yeah, overall, other than the meme session of not getting Legendary Hinoka earlier, pretty happy with the results. Even got a Nurgle following Gustav. Totally great. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is ETH Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!